defensive end, ah.
Yeah, we're still, we're still finding ourselves. So si Abdi nang gagalaw, okay na yan.
Ah, parehas galing sa panalo tong dalawang to, no? Parehas galing sa panalo.
Tama na to, John. Bulldogs. Vipers. Get up!
Si Vert, ano ang apelido? Vert Salvador, di ba?
Gandang laban yan.
Yung Vipers, talo sila last time, di ba?
Especially when it's running.
Ah, live na ba tayo?
Pagod ka. Ang init tapos ito ba yun? Mga ganda ng defense eh. Sabi ko sa'yo. Oo, ganda ng defense eh.
Panalo. Paldo.
Maririg tayo.
Okay. Paldo, paldo. Alright.
Abdin, do you mind if we can move a little bit closer here? Mas wala. Abdin is gonna the angle.
It is such a beautiful, beautiful Thursday evening here in Canoga Park, Los Angeles, California. This is the All Valley Cup here in your Pinoy Ballers SFV. So if you're watching our YouTube, make sure to follow, subscribe, and hit the like button for more basketball action. Our matchup, Granada Hills Bulldogs going up against Van Nuys Vipers. Van Nuys Vipers wearing the black jersey, while Granada Hills Bulldogs wearing the black jersey. As we go straight back into the action, Vipers wearing black and Granada Hills Bulldogs wearing white. Who are the players to watch out here? Well, for the Bulldogs, you have the dynamic duo, Dencho Enriquez and Jano Santos, as the first basket goes to Dencho Enriquez. They go at the corner. Mikey Capitano. It bounces off as Jeff Gutierrez with a traveling violation. However, that was a good job trying to get the second chance points. Enriquez, corner, Jano Santos comes up short. Jano Santos, second chance for him, but Vert Salvador, it hits his foot. He goes to the left with his favorite signature move from Jano Santos. 4-0. The Bulldogs up. Yes, Bulldogs is up 4-0 against Van Nuys Vipers as Manuel draws the foul against Michael Chua. Michael Chua playing his debut game here. And on the free throw line is Manuel. Yeah, and there was some technical errors. Bulldogs is up by 4-0.
1 point.
Jano Santos. Vipers made the basket. Yes, Vipers made the basket. As Manuel misses his second shot. 4-1 is our official score. There you go. Corner. Santos. Air ball. Well, again, no. Valdivia anticipating that play. Drop pass to Dencio Enriquez. It bounces off. Colantes. Second chance points for the runner of Jano Santos. Jano Santos dominating here in the first quarter, 6-1, 4 points coming from Jano Santos. Well, you gotta make some defensive effort against Jano Santos. Otherwise, he will bust this game wide open. Capitano again wide open. This time he knocks it down from the corner pocket. Mikey Capitano drills it from the corner 3. Valdivia played amazing last game, no? He was the third leading scorer behind Enriquez and Santos. Let's see if he can make that performance again as Michael Chua. Second chance points. However, this time it was stopped by Mark Manuel. Kurt Bacosa on the other end. Speeds his way, shifting gears, kicks it out to Vert Salvador all day. This time it was too strong. Drop pass. Again for Jeff Gutierrez as he misses. The defense doing a good job extending those hands and stopping that play. Chua at the middle, bumping and grinding, and he will be called for the traveling as he's still finding his rhythm here in the first quarter for Michael Chua. The Vipers will try to tie this up or get the lead. Let's see. Capitano, he was able to hit one a while ago, decides to go closer. Taken down by Colantes. They got numbers. Santos against Salvador with the fade away from Valdivia. And Bacosa unable to do nothing against that move from Valdivia. That was a quick move, so he wasn't able to react quickly. And a chance for the Bulldogs again to extend that lead to 6 or 7. Let's see. Directing traffic, Valdivia. Cross court, Santos against Salvador. It bounces off, tapped off by Bacosa. And again, Valdivia, that athleticism from Kyle Valdivia, coast to coast, and he will be fouled by Gutierrez. Jeff Gutierrez commits that foul as Kyle Valdivia again starting to heat up here in the first quarter with 5 minutes left here. Remember, this is running time. It will keep on going. Our referees for today is referee Trevor Bowens and referee Bree. And let's see if he can make both free throws here for Valdivia. Valdivia makes his first basket in the ball game is Valiant Poe, and that's a well-deserved rest here for the Vipers, or rather for the Bulldogs. Strategizing. Gutierrez, quick passing. Bacosa sees no opening, decides to pull back. Offensive foul will be called against Kurt Bacosa. Two new guys here for the Bulldogs with Valiant Poe and Condi Banal. The 2-3 zone here for the Vipers. Kyle Valdivia to Condi Banal, too strong as Manuel with the last touch. Another chance for the Bulldogs to crack at the basket. Banal being hounded by the defense. Valdivia again. And Valdivia all net for Kyle Valdivia as we are looking now at an 11-point or at a 9-point lead, 13-4. Kyle Valdivia with 5 points already here in the first quarter. Too strong. Manuel blocked by Enriquez. Crossover. Sudden burst of quickness here for Kurt Bacosa, and Bacosa not bothered by the defense with all those sounds coming from the defensive. And 13-6, Valdivia. Wide open, decides to take it, uses the board, banking it in for Kyle Valdivia. 7 points already for Kyle Valdivia, as he has been leading this team so far. Usually the lead, 9 points, correction from our stats here. Shout out Jun Holgado, no? 9 points coming from Kyle Valdivia. They need to put the clutches on the defense, as 12 points now for Kyle Valdivia. Usually the leading scorers would be Dencho Enriquez and Jano Santos, but Kyle Valdivia has been a revelation here in the first quarter alone. 18-6, carrying all the scoring load. What will the Vipers do here as Chua clobbered the board? Valdivia. This time it was stopped by Roberto Tolentino. Bacosa adjusting in mid-air. Beautiful move there from Kyle Bacosa, or rather Kurt Bacosa. Free throws will be given to Kurt Bacosa for that end one. Well, this is a wake-up call for the Vipers, who is looking for their first win here in this tournament. You are watching the Pinoy Ballers SFV All Valley Cup as we start another season here in this beautiful city of Los Angeles in the Valley. Dencho Enriquez at the middle slows the tempo. Chua looking for his options. They swing that ball around. Cruz checks in the ball game. Dencho Enriquez from the mid-range, 15 feet. However, he fails to connect. Kurt Bacosa leading the charge. Stops and pops. Again, adjusting in mid-air, but this time Condi Banal enough to bother him. Kurt Bacosa goes for the crossover, showing us his handles. Wide open. Tolentino. Short as it hits front rim. Cruz. Ruel crosses the timeline against Manuel. Dencho Enriquez sees an opening, but defense from Tolentino having a piece of that hand. Santos. Bacosa wide open for Kurt Bacosa. It bounces off, but RM Santos is there to recover, trying to save it. Tolentino again, high off the glass, and Chua baseball pass. And at the end of the first quarter, it's the Bulldogs roaring 18-9 behind the scoring prowess of Kyle Valdivia. We'll be right back with the second quarter. This is the second quarter action of your Pinoy Ballers SFV on YouTube. So if you're watching right now, please make sure to follow, subscribe, and maybe share. And hit the like button for the algorithm as we start the second quarter. The Bulldogs up by 9, 18-9 against the Vipers. Quick 2 points there by Jano Santos. And what has happened there in the first quarter? Well, no, the domination of Kyle Valdivia continues here for the Bulldogs. Actually, Jano Santos and Dencho Enriquez didn't need to score because Kyle Valdivia has been scoring in bunches, both from the three-point range and inside. But of course, Jano Santos scoring, who is still the team captain here. They go at the post, Valiant Poe. What should the Vipers do here? Well, for the Vipers, Ruel Cruz with the haymaker from Ruel Cruz, another shooter here as they extend that lead to 12, 23 to 11. With the one-hander from RM Santos, Capitano, too strong. Well, they're having some trouble here. They need to talk things over here for the Vipers as they're starting to bust this game wide open. Jano Santos from the baseline. Ruel Cruz again, this time it was too strong, but Valiant Poe. And they will retain possession here. Well, this is RM Santos with the foul. Heavy loaded scoring here for the Bulldogs. Granada Hills Bulldogs. Valiant Poe. Salvador anticipating that play. RM Santos able to escape the defense, and RM Santos will finish as he scores, cutting the lead down to 10, 23 to 13. Well, that should inspire the Vipers to make a comeback here. Santos gets his man off the air, and it would be fouled downstairs. Foul will be called on Vert Salvador. No basket. Valdivia all day to shoot, and again Valdivia continues to punish the defense, as they say, hand down, man down. 26 to 13, 13-point lead. Well, they gotta put some pressure against Kyle Valdivia, no? Otherwise, he will continue the scoring, and with that runner for Tolentino, he will get the end one. Let's see if he will complete the play and cut this lead down again to 10. 7 minutes and 12 here, running time until the last quarter as Tolentino makes the basket. Substitution, Kurt Bacosa checks back in the ball game.
Who's foul, ref?
So shout out to our viewers. Mag-comment na rin kayo if you have some comments, suggestions, violent reactions. But of course, no violent reactions. You cannot do the violent reactions on YouTube. No, only. But of course, show us some love here. If you're enjoying this coverage, make sure to post a comment. Maybe we'll shout you out, no, on the next game. Drop pass, unless we see it. Colantes being bothered here, stuck in traffic. Chua squeezing himself inside as Tolentino will be called for the foul, or is it going to be on Santos? Oh, it will be on against Tolentino as Chua muscling his way. Tolentino will be called for the foul, as it will be just a baseline throwing, as they are not yet in the penalty. Colantes looking at his options. Chua. Well, this is a complete stack team, no, for the Bulldogs. And again, Jano Santos, that is his favorite move, runner, patented signature. Just amazing excellence in execution here for Jano Santos. Corner, 28 to 16, 12-point lead being enjoyed by the Bulldogs against the Vipers. Corner 3, front rim, tries to track it down, but Kyle Valdivia from behind. Jano Santos two-man game, and Jano Santos kisses it off the glass and in. 30 to 16, 14-point lead by the Bulldogs. Well, this has been overpowering the Vipers here as Tolentino trying to knock on that door. 30 to 18. Well, Tolentino has been the silver lining here in the second quarter. Well, at least Kurt Bacosa has his scoring contributor here, no? Because he cannot just score for his team alone, no? He needs his supporting cast to step up. Colantes, drop pass. Chua is not ready. Kicks it out to Enriquez, and Enriquez from the elbow, and Enriquez again, no? Knocking it down, 32 to 18. Well, that was a good team play here for the Bulldogs, no? Finding the best option for the shot, playing together, exemplifying teamwork at its finest. Capitano will check in the ball game. Well, this guy provides some energy. Now let's see if he can inspire his teammates to have some of that energy. Almost a steal as Gutierrez with the turnover, and it will go to the Bulldogs as chance for them to continue to dig the grave as Jano Santos continues the damage. As they say, when it rains, it pours. Jano Santos and Kyle Valdivia doing the heavy damage here as Manuel with the drop pass makes the basket, making it to a 14-point lead. Well, no, it may sound cliche here for the Van Nuys Vipers, but they need to create some stops and try to convert on the other end, one shot at a time, and maybe they can make a comeback. Capitano receives it, no friends waiting, and he decides to slow things down. Kurt Bacosa, one-on-one. Capitano releases, unable to hit it though, comes up empty. Valdivia racing against all defenders, and Kyle Valdivia will get hacked as Kurt Bacosa trying to complain against the referees, and Kyle Valdivia will have to shoot it for 2. Bacosa with the foul.
Is it Bacosa
Yeah,
or McManuel?
no, Bacosa,
Bacosa daw.
28. As Kyle Valdivia makes the basket, how many points does Valdivia have so far?
So, si Kurt.
And Granada Hills Bulldogs will call their first timeout here in the second quarter. We'll be right back after this timeout. This is the continuing coverage of your Pinoy Ballers SFB All Valley Cup here. This is the second quarter, the matchup between the Bulldogs and the Vipers. The Granada Hills Bulldogs enjoying a 16-point lead with that free throw from Kyle Valdivia, as now they're up 36-20 with 2 minutes and 37 left here. Kyle Valdivia scoring 17 points, while Jano Santos with 12. A two-man demolition job here for Granada Hills, as Van Nuys Vipers still finding their rhythm here in the second quarter. They need to have some sense of urgency. Season opening as he drops it off for Enriquez. Kurt Bacosa pushing the tempo, and Kurt Bacosa scores 38-22. Shout out to Brother Paul Apple Laos na hinahanap ka na ni paring team Alcances. At ako rin kasi yung t-shirt namin. Nahanap namin yung t-shirt natin. But hopefully you're doing okay, no? Brother Paul Apple Laos, as they don't have a game. As Gutierrez will be called for the foul against Roel Cruz, and Cruz will try to add to his score. He already has 4 points if I'm not mistaken. One-on-one. Roel Cruz on the line, and he will shoot 2 as he got hacked. Vipers in the penalty now. Well, this is still within reach now for the Van Nuys Vipers. They just need to, make some stops, try to handle Valdivia and Jano Santos, no? But of course, no, there are other options here for Granada Hills Bulldogs. You have Dencho Enriquez, you have Michael Chua. So it's going to be a handful against Van Nuys Vipers. No? But Van Nuys Vipers, they have some scorers of their own. And as we mentioned, Jeff Gutierrez answers right back after that foul.
Who's foul? white 34. Thank you.
Foul will be called against the Bulldogs. Valiant Poe. As let's see if Jeff Gutierrez can complete the 3-point play, and he misses. But that was a good aggressive move from Jeff Gutierrez. Now attacking the lane, attacking the paint, showing no fear against those defenders. Looking at a 2-3 zone. Enriquez, Valdivia against Kurt Bacosa. Marquee matchup. Cruz at the middle. They go baseline. Michael Chua, second serving against 3 defenders. And Michael Chua powering his way, bullying the smaller defenders. Michael Chua. Well, that move reminds me of a Junmar Fajardo, no? The Kraken inside the paint. But a quick answer from Jeff Gutierrez. 4 quick points from Gutierrez. As
Galing, ganda, ganda.
Jeff Gutierrez trying to lead his team behind Kurt Bacosa here. Let's see if he can be that second scoring option here for the Van Nuys Vipers, as they're still finding their identity here against the big 3 of the Granada Hills Bulldogs with 5 seconds left. Let's see if he can beat the clock. Kyle Valdivia drops it off. Valiant Poe misses as time runs out. And the Granada Hills Bulldogs up by 13, 39-26. What will the Van Nuys Viper do here in the second half? We shall all find out when we come back. Welcome back to the action of your Pinoy Ballers SFV live here in Canoga Park. So if you are here within the area, Los Angeles, try to drop by, show some love, watch the games. And of course, if you're home relaxing, you can just watch it on YouTube. Pinoy Ballers SFV on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and share what has happened there in the first quarter. Our score 39-26. Granada Hills Bulldogs up by 13 against the Van Nuys Vipers, as Gutierrez trying to mount a comeback here for the Vipers. Well, let's see who are the leading scorers here for both teams now. For the Granada Hills Bulldogs, you have Kyle Valdivia with 17 points and Jano Santos with 12. While for the Van Nuys Vipers, they are being led by Kurt Bacosa with 9 points under his belt. Jeff Gutierrez with 6 points and Robert Tolentino with 5. Kurt Bacosa skying high, soaring for that layup as he cuts down the lead to 9 points, 39-30. Sense of urgency here for the Vipers. Let's see what will the Bulldogs do here. But again, weathering the storm is Dencho Enriquez. The calmness despite the run being made here by the Vipers. Corner 3 with Condi Banal bothering Tolentino on that corner pocket shot. Enriquez will try to strategize here. Finds Santos. Enriquez at the middle, uses the screen from Colantes. Thought about it, takes it closer. And the defense now trying to put some pressure here against Colantes. Lets it fly for Santos. Battle for the loose ball. It will go to Ruel Cruz. Cruz against Gutierrez. Baseline. And foul will be called against
22. Jeff? Is that Jeff?
Jeff Gutierrez will be called for the foul, and that would be his
3.
third personal foul on Jeff Gutierrez. Third personal foul on the free throw line. Ruel Cruz. And he will have to earn it there as he misses his first free throw. Well, on the floor now here for the Bulldogs, you have Enriquez, Santos, Cruz, Colantes, and Banal. Granada Hills Bulldogs wearing the white jersey, while for the Van Nuys Vipers, they're wearing black jersey. Bacosa stops and pops as Manuel trying to save that ball, but Dencio Enriquez will be the last touch as Kyle Valdivia checks back into the ballgame for Ruel Cruz. While for the Van Nuys Vipers, they're playing with Tolentino, Gutierrez, Santos, Bacosa, and Manuel. Tolentino with a spin move against Valdivia, comes up short against 3 defenders. Bacosa will be fouled by Condi Banal, and this would mean another free throw, huh? So for all our viewers here, make sure to follow our YouTube page, Pinoy Ballers SFV on YouTube. Pinoy Ballers SFV on YouTube. Your local Canoga Park players playing out here. And Bacosa misses his first try. Michael Chua in the ball game for Colantes to add some steady presence in the paint. Bacosa will try to hit his second free throw, trying to make his second shot, cutting it down, but however he misses both. 42-30, Bulldogs still with a commanding 12-point lead. Santos trying to dance around his opponent and racing against all defenders. Kurt Bacosa. And he gets another steal, a chance for them to trim down this lead. Kurt Bacosa using his speed and quickness. Bacosa again. It bounces off, but Tolentino, second chance, points for them as Robert Tolentino knocks it down from the elbow, cutting it down to 10. Well, that is something that the Vipers can do here. Or rather, it is down to 8, 42-34, single digits here. In the third quarter, Chua will be fouled by Gutierrez. And Gutierrez, 4 personal fouls on Jeff Gutierrez. One more before he graduates in this ball game. Baseline throw, Chua. Man-to-man defense now being deployed here by the Vipers. Quick pass, and Jano Santos, despite the defense trying to come from behind, Jano Santos banking it in, making it back to a 10-point lead. Jano Santos with 16 points now under his belt. Kicks it out, Tolentino, it bounces off. Tolentino with 7 points. Gutierrez at the post, and traveling violation will be slapped against him as Michael Chua standing his ground, stopping that play with 4 minutes and 40. In and out dribbling, showing us his handles is Cal Valdivia. Foul will be called against RM Santos, and they are not yet in the penalty. 3 team fouls for the Van Nuys Vipers. Attacking the lane, Chua. And Manuel collecting the board. Bacosa will be fouled by Valdivia. Duty foul here from Valdivia. Well, otherwise it could be an easy 2 points for Kurt Bacosa. Kyle Valdivia recognizing that, using the screen. Drop pass, Santo, or rather that would be Tolentino. Valiant Poe absorbing the board. Kyle Valdivia against Santos, making it difficult. Well, terrific job there from RM Santos stopping Kyle Valdivia, who hasn't scored here in the second half. As Kurt Bacosa, this time, cutting the lead down to 7, 44 to 37. This is now within reach. Kurt Bacosa leading his team together with Gutierrez and Tolentino. Looking for their first win here are the Vipers. Fade away for Kyle Valdivia. Foul will be called against RM Santos. That would be his... That's the third personal foul of RM Santos. Well, there are two guys in foul trouble here for Van Nuys Vipers. Now you have RM Santos with 3 fouls and Jeff Gutierrez with 4. So that would play down the stretch here for the Vipers as Kyle Valdivia makes his first basket here in the second half. And he misses his second. Well, credit the defense here of Van Nuys Vipers, no, to taking him out of the comfort zone. RM Santos, bang from the corner, cutting down the lead to 5, 45 to 40. 2 minutes and 43 in the third quarter. Now we have a ball game as high as 13 points. The Vipers climbing back from the mountain, and a difficult shot, degree of difficulty there from Jano Santos, managing to make that basket. They pull back. Tolentino bumping, kicks it out. Bacosa launches from deep. Foul will be called on Valiant Poe, or on Chua. That would be on Chua. Loose ball foul. Baseline throw. Another chance for the Vipers, but Valdivia cutting that play. No. And that was a late call from the referee as Tolentino holding off Valdivia. The referee is almost not blowing the whistle there, but almost an escape from Tolentino. A lucky break for Kyle Valdivia there. Full court man-to-man, but they decide to slow the tempo. Valdivia.
Next time gaya ako camera dito para paminsan. Ating yan.
1 minute and 30, Valdivia. Ooh, Jeff Gutierrez from behind throws the pass. Goes literally outside of the door for Jeff Gutierrez. Well, we gotta close that door, no? Parang yung aircon yan, no? Pag sinabihan mo yung aircon, lumalabas yung aircon. Parang yung bola, lumalabas. Yung bola, lumabas. Yan, lumabas talaga yung bola, literal. But we're speaking Tagalog here for our non-Filipino viewers, no? Just injecting some humor. We'll be right back after this technical difficulties. We'll be right back after this timeout. Okay, that was a quick recovery of the ball from the outside. So we don't need to press the timeout. Substitution. Salvador is in the ball game. Remember, this is running time for both teams, huh? So 40 seconds left here. 47 to 40. The Bulldogs up by 7. Crossover Santos against Gutierrez. Valdivia pump fake. Baseline. Foul will be called against Salvador. Vert Salvador will be slapped for his foul as Valdivia. Warning for penalty for the Van Nuys Vipers as Valdivia trying to make it to a 20 points scoring for him. Let's see. He misses with 7 seconds left. The Vipers will call for a timeout here. Or will it be granted or not? But the free throws will be given back to Valdivia.
Time out yun ha, time out ha. Okay.
And Kyle Valdivia splits his free throws, making it to an 8-point lead with 5 seconds left. Crossover, Bacosa kicks it out, Salvador. And Salvador! Bang! As he buries the tray, cutting it down to a 5-point lead, 48 to 43. Vert Salvador put that in the highlight reel. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter.
PBA highlight.
welcome back to your Pinoy Ballers SFV on YouTube. If you're watching this live, make sure to subscribe, follow, and hit the like button. And if you want to comment, make sure to show us some love in the comment section. And you're watching the Granada Hills Bulldogs against the Van Nuys Vipers. The Bulldogs up by 5, 48 to 43, behind Kurt Bacosa and Tolentino, scoring in bunches, and of course credit their defense stopping Kyle Valdivia. But this time in the start of the fourth quarter, Kyle Valdivia opening is up with a 21 points, with a 21-point score under his belt. 50 to 43, back to a 7-point lead. Capitano, they swing that ball around. Corner 3, it comes up short for Mark Miranda. Baseline. Tolentino, left wide open from the corner. And Robert Tolentino keeping his team alive. And again, back-to-back hits from the 3-point range from Robert Tolentino and Vert Salvador with the buzzer beater a while ago. So it's just down to 2 possessions, 50 to 46. Let's see if they can make a stop here, or will the Bulldogs make a basket here. Valdivia with a sidestep, and Manuel hitting his crown jewels here. The most important part of his manhood got hit here. It's not going to be a good night for referee Trevor, as they tried that run and gun offense. Bacosa flying high for Kurt Bacosa, now down to a 2-point lead. Timeout will be called here by the Granada Hills Bulldogs, 50 to 48. The Vipers making a run. We'll be right back after this timeout. Back to the action. You are watching Pinoy Ballers SFB on YouTube. If you're watching live, if you're here, you can come down here every Thursday in Canoga Park. Now we have a ball game, 50 to 48. Granada Hills Bulldogs taking care of a 2-point lead. Van Nuys Vipers making a comeback behind Robert Tolentino and Kurt Bacosa. The dynamic duo for them trying to find their identity, but Jano Santos shutting down that door. 53 to 48. From that long distance, Jano Santos waking up here in the fourth quarter as the Vipers trying to knock on that door. Capitano tries to answer back. It bounces off. Jano Santos on the run, and foul will be called against Mikey Capitano. And that was a quick turnaround here from the Bulldogs. One-on-one, one-on-one. One-on-one, ref. One-on-one. Free throws will be rewarded, or a free throw will be rewarded to Jano Santos. Well, after that timeout, they scored right away. So for our viewers, if you're watching on YouTube, on the live or on the replay stream, make sure to comment or whatever you want to say, and we'll shout you out on our next game, kasi hindi namin nababasa dito. But we'll try to shout you out on the next game, Shout out Brother Paul Apolaos and Commissioner June Go, And Robert Tolentino continues his scoring here in the fourth quarter, 6 minutes and 36 here in the fourth and final quarter. Let's see if the Vipers can turn this around, or will the Bulldogs take care of business. Jano Santos shifting gears, accelerating. Kurt Bacosa navigating the floor. Corner. Santos is on a streak, or rather Tolentino. Tolentino stops and pops. Manuel Second chance points. Will they be able to convert for Salvador? Salvador gets the offensive board, and Dencho Santos erasing that shot, and foul will be called on. Foul will be called against Michael Chua. Chua will how many fouls does Chua have? Three personal fouls on Michael Chua. Salvador, a while ago he was able to make a buzzer beater. Valiant Poe. We'll check in the ball game for Ruel Cruz. Vert Salvador on the line. Can he make it 50-50 here? Let's see. He misses both, and Chua inhaling that board. 53-50. They can extend this lead. Let's see. But for Van Nuys Vipers, they need to make a stop if they want this game to be in their hands. Let's see. The point guard duties being manned here by Jano Santos against Gutierrez, and he was bothered, but he was able to recover, and Jano Santos, 5 quick points here from Jano Santos in the fourth quarter. Gutierrez, quick release from RM Santos, dishing dimes. RM Santos recognizing the open player as he threads the needle. 55-52, bullet pass. RM Santos to Jeff Gutierrez. What creativity at work there for RM Santos. 55-52. As we say, basketball is both scientific and creative approach. Almost a steal. They throw it away. Salvador, a golden opportunity missed there, but there's still a lot of time. 55-52, single possession ball game. Depending on how they will stop or convert here, we shall see. With 4 minutes remaining here, there's still a lot of basketball here in this beautiful evening here in Canoga Park, Los Angeles, California. Top of the key for Dencho Enriquez, and Dencho Enriquez sinking it in, making it back to a 5-point lead. Tolentino exploring his options. Corner, RM Santos. Defense quickly reacting on that one. Salvador thought about it. Closer with the runner, and Vert Salvador. Gorgeous move from Vert Salvador. 5 points from VS Vert Salvador. 57-54. Well, no, there's no BS for Vert Salvador here. With 3 minutes and 24. 3-point lead separating both teams. Trying to make a move. Top of the key, Dencho Enriquez. The calm before the storm. He has been their anchor so far here. Jano Santos being picked up here by Gutierrez as he smokes him. Another one bites the dust with that quick first step from Jano Santos, and Jano Santos will go to the line.
17. Oh, 7-7.
Foul on Vert Salvador as Jano Santos one-on-one, as the penalty situation will play a factor here for the Vipers. Let's see if Jano Santos has that nerves of steel, or will he give in to the pressure. With 2 minutes and 37, I hope you are enjoying our coverage here in our Pinoy Ballers SFV. We have a wonderful ball game as Jano Santos makes his first, and that could mean another free throw for him.
1 minute. 1 minute.
4-point game. The Vipers being down by as much as 13 points, now just down by 4 points. So if they want to make a comeback, they could. They have that potential. Let's see if they still have some fuel in their tanks here. As we go to the Twilight Zone, this is the last 2 minutes. That last 2 minutes is brought to you by our cameraman and everything, June Holgado, who's doing our technical committee here. Valdivia will be fouled by RM Santos. But this is still a 5-point game, no? 1 minute. The clock will be shut down. 1 minute, no? Well, for the Van Nuys Vipers, there's still a lot of time left. They're just down by 5. They just need to put their heads in the ball game. Be mentally strong here. With 1 minute and 20 remaining. They're running down the clock. As 1 minute, it would be stopped. But this is just 2-possession ball game, no? So let's see if Cal Valdivia makes it, and it will what will happen here. It will remain with the Granada Hills Bulldogs as they go baseline throw with 1 minute left. 1 minute left. And almost a steal, Gutierrez, but protecting it is Jano Santos. It will go back to the Granada Hills Bulldogs. Jeff Gutierrez playing his hearts out here in the defensive end. Well, you gotta appreciate the effort of Jeff Gutierrez now hounding Jano Santos. They go at the corner. Valiant Poe, they use the clock. Time is not on the side of the Vipers. 38 seconds left. Valdivia. And foul will be slapped against Jeff Gutierrez. That's his last foul as he graduates in this game. 34 seconds left. 2 shots will be given to Kyle Valdivia as he makes the first basket. Well, Vipers seeking their first win here. While for the Bulldogs, Granada Hills looking for their second straight victory.
9 below, 9 below.
Valdivia on his second try can give them a cushion here as he misses his second try and another one. With 34 seconds left, well, if you make a 3 or you make a 2, this is just a 2-possession ball game. Let's see what strategy will the Van Nuys Vipers do here, no? Well, they can make a quick 2 or they can make a 3, but almost a steal from Valdivia. Again, time is not on the side of the Vipers as the turnover has been killing them here in the fourth quarter. Enriquez, this will be a free throw game. They are not whistling here. Valdivia holding on to it. Santos, corner, 18 seconds. Cross court, Chua, 14. Valdivia, nail on the coffin here for Valdivia as he puts the Van Nuys Vipers in the body bag, 62-54. It's safe to say that 3-point shot by Capitano. It's safe to say that the Bulldogs will grab the second victory here in the tournament with the 2-0 streak. Granada Hills Bulldogs led by Jano Santos and Kyle Valdivia. That ends our show here. The Bulldogs 62-56 Van Nuys Vipers. We'll be right back next week. Same time, same YouTube channel.